Lawson-Wright. Cheryl, you have shared with us a wonderful story of great grace and compassion. Tell us what's next for Cheryl Lawson-Wright.
Is to share that story. And not just share that story. I failed to mention, during that journey, I didn't only discover who I was, I discovered how to properly take care of myself, mind, body, and spirit. I began to eat healthy, organic. I began to use all natural products, even make some of my own products, using essential oils. And I began to rest and enjoy life. The simple things in life, to just go out and explore, to exercise, to walk, to even do dragon boating. That's another story. But to answer your question, I use that to teach others how to truly recognize their true identity, and then to love themselves by taking care of themselves, mind, body, and spirit.
Maya Angelou says, what we learn, we teach.
Yes.
We teach.
So I do toxic-free classes. I do classes helping others transform their house from toxic to toxic-free. I do do-it-yourself classes with making personal care products with essential oils and shea butters, the coconut oils. So that's where I am with that. And then I'm also in the process of publishing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Your story is definitely one that needs to be told. I imagine that in writing that story, writing is cathartic, writing is healing. So even in writing that story, it is facilitating that healing process. And that's the other part of that journey, getting to the point where you're sharing that story. Because that's when you know that all of those things that work together for your good, that's when you know that you are in a really good place, when you're able to share that story to help somebody else, to be a blessing to somebody else. Because there are women out there that are dealing with the exact same circumstances and situations, and they need to know how to go through it with that kind of grace, how they can go through it, and how they can survive it. So you've given a very good example of how to go through with much grace and much just power and confidence and all of those things that have brought you to the place that you are now. And the fact that you were able to self-care. We have to get back to that place where we begin to take care of ourselves, where we're not looking outside of ourselves for somebody else to come along and take care of us, that we begin to do what we can do to protect our health. And I love hearing about your natural products. Please tell our audience where they can get in touch with you if they want more information about the products or the classes that you offer.
I don't have a website right now, but you can email me at realhope4help@yahoo.com. And you can also reach me at 904-203-9816.
Cheryl, thank you so much for sharing your wonderful story with our audience. We know that someone is going to be helped just by hearing your story. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And God bless
Thank
you. We'll be back with Lakita Brooks, licensed clinical social worker, with more resources. We are back with licensed clinical social worker Lakita Brooks. Lakita, welcome back to our show. After listening to Cheryl's story, the only word that I could come up with was great grace. Great grace. Are there some resources that you could suggest to someone that might have some of those kinds of challenges? I know.
Gee. Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about Cheryl's story. one I would say, as far as resources, there's so many. So I would say go to LaKitaBrookslCSW.com. It's LeKitaBrookslCSW.com. And there's a free national resource list. Cheryl talked about health concerns. So on there we have information about health insurance, different health departments, also maybe applying for some other benefits through Department of Children and Families, and a host of other resources. So those are just a few things that they can access on that website.
Okay. Part of Cheryl's story was being able to accept her husband's infidelity, and then she went right from that to healthcare issues. So there were a lot of things in there. One of the things that she talked about was that she was so busy and so caught up with all the doing and the being and the giving and the caring of others that she forgot who she was. She lost herself in that process. Do you see much of that in your work?
Yes, and even in my own personal life. You know, I'm a woman. I wear multiple hats. You know, I'm a daughter. I'm the person that when people have problems, they call me because I get it done. No, I'm a mom. I work. So I wear multiple hats, and I have to, you know, be in tune with my body to say, Lakita, you need a break.
Time to take a break.
Exactly.
It's that spirit of Martha. I call it juggling and tap dancing at the same time, because you get so caught up in doing all of the things that need to be done. And I've gotten it to such a degree that I'm juggling and tap dancing and spinning plates at the same time. But ultimately, when you get to that place where you're doing so much and you're giving so much of yourself, something is going to be sacrificed. Sometimes it's your health, sometimes it's your relationships. It could be any number of things. But as women, you know, we are called to multitask. And I don't know that that's a good thing. You know, sometimes we can do so many things that the major things, the important things, are sometimes sacrificed in doing the many. So we really do have to really take better care of ourselves. Cheryl also talked about learning how to use natural products and the care of herself. And that's wonderful, because we know that everything that we need, God put it in the earth. I'm a firm believer that He put everything that we need to care for ourselves, to be healthy, and to eat healthy and to live healthy. He's already provided it for us. We just have to look for those things. So she offered, you know, herself as a resource for people that wanted to get more information about some of those products.
She did. And also the other thing I loved about Cheryl's story is that we all have to be aware of how we treat people. Never in Cheryl's wildest imagination did she think that the lady who had an affair with her husband would be the one to be there for her. So in life, we just have to really treat everyone with dignity and respect. And if we don't like what they've done to us, we just have to, I don't want to say accept it, but just don't have any anger or be nasty towards them, because we just never know. And she even talked about the benefits of co-parenting. Co-parenting works. I think even recently on Father's Day on my Facebook page, you know, I put a post on there of my daughter's father and said, hey, co-parenting does work. Yes, in all relationships, you have your ups and your downs, but it can work, because at the end of the day, it's about the children.
It's about the children. It's about the children. It's about the children. Lakita, thank you so much for sharing those resources with us. We really appreciate having you on the show.
Thank you.
I'll be back in just a moment with some final thoughts. It has been said that into each life some rain must fall. when I listened to Cheryl's story, it seemed that there was a lot of rain, but through it all, she was able to maintain, she was able to still be able to move forward and to come out of all of the calamity and the circumstances and the situations of her life, to be able to come out of those circumstances and situations even stronger and better. I believe that inside of each and every one of us, there is a core strength that if we look within and look up, we will be able to not only endure and go through, not only survive, but we will also be able to thrive. Thank you for watching our show.